What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hussle, and yes, this is the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hussle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there. So please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you pay for. All right. And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members. And we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos and y'all get them notifications, it's going to be some information that's going to help you win or keep you entertained. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about these new scams and methods that's going on out here in this world today. It's a lot of new scams and methods and schemes that's going on. It's a lot of new people that's entering the scam and fraud world. It's a lot going on. And there's a lot of people that's trying to stay safe from it as well. So in today's video, we're going to talk about new scams and new methods going on in today's world that's dealing with the banks. Yes, it's a lot of people that's trying to do a lot of bank fraud. Why? Because banks are the number one institutes that deals with money, that gives money, that helps people out, that holds people money. And scammers and fraudsters understand that. So they try to figure out any and every way that they can to be able to manipulate or trick or scam the bank. And it's a lot of different ways that they go about it. It might be through a victim, it might be through database penetration. There's a lot of different ways. So in today's video, we were talking about a lot of different bank scam methods, new bank scam methods is going on. There's getting a lot of scammers, fraudsters, and regular people the bag. So in today's world, as of today, February 27th, there are a lot of people that are committing scams and fraud. And there are a lot of people who have never committed a scam or fraud or scheme a day in their life that's in a position where they feel as if they need to do one now. And since social media has been around, and after COVID-19, or since COVID-19, this fraud and scam epidemic has been on the rise. And ever since then, it's been up 600 to 800%. And as of today, it's even worse. Everybody is trying to do some type of scam, method, or scheme to get some type of fast cash. Now, in some way or form, everybody is a scammer. If you are somebody that's trying to get more money during tax time, if you're filing somebody's kids or manipulating documentations to get more money, that's a scam and you are a scammer. And that's tax time is around the time that majority of the people do their scams, because that's the only scam that they know. They get more money because they're able to get money. And to understand, to see that since this tax money is being able to help people out, and it's a system where people are getting money, it's going to be some type of scam or fraud surrounding it. So people do tax time fraud all the time. So like I tell you guys all the time, wherever there's money being made, there's going to be some type of scam or fraud being committed. And that's just how the world is operated. When these companies and these banks and these whoever makes things easier for the customer, they're also making it easier for the scammer. So bank fraud, new methods, what's going on? How are people doing this and how are people doing that? So what scammers and fraudsters are understanding and starting to find and started like understand more is that banks FDIC insured only covers fraud, not scams. Now, it's probably people out there saying, oh, isn't that the same thing? No. And that's why people need to understand before they start saying things. Scammers are people who social engineer, manipulate, trick somebody into sending their own funds. So they didn't steal their money. They didn't do anything. Whatever they did, they made this person want to send their own money their own authorized this payment to this person. Fraudulent or fraudsters are when somebody goes into somebody's bank account without their acknowledgement and does certain things, sends wire funds, sends out money, makes payments, things like that. So there's a difference. And what fraudsters and scammers are starting to figure out is that they can social engineer somebody into basically transferring funds and sending funds on their own. Now, how can the scammer or fraudster do that? Well, in today's world, in today's generation, every day there's a new 18-year-old. Every day there's somebody trying to make some money. Every day somebody is interested in this type of things. So they utilize these things called OTP bots through different places, Telegram, dark web, you name it. And these OTP bots are basically spoofs. And what it does is it allows the scammer or the fraudster to be able to put any number that it wants and act as if they are that person. So they can put your number, anybody's number. But what they're doing is they're figuring out or getting information on people who are with certain banks. So the dark web. And like I tell everybody all the time, there are not robots are not ruling the world yet. Robots are not in position to take our bank calls, take our no robots are in the system. So when we call in these banks and we call in different places and they got to verify our information, that means that person is looking at our personal information and we don't know what's going on the other side of that phone. So and hackers, people I know understand hackers. Hackers are people who get into databases, systems, servers, and get information. So your computer holds information, passwords, things like that. They get into that, you know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They get into the computers, the IPs, and they get passwords and personal information and they sell it on the dark web. So hackers penetrate banks, databases, and they steal information. So basically, they have all the information of X amount of people who got a bank account with them, their name, their number, and all that type of stuff like that. So now somebody can go on the dark web. Oh, I got something in my eye. Somebody can go on the dark web, buy this information. They probably got a site to say this bank, that bank, this bank, that bank. Pick whichever one you want. They pick the bank. Now they got this database of all these people from that bank, names, numbers, emails, ads, all that stuff. So now they got this list, and now they got this OTP bot, spoof bot. So they changed the number to the fraud department of whatever bank that they got. So when they make this call and text message, the number that's going to appear is going to be from the fraud department, the actual fraud department. So a lot of people out here have gotten these text messages. Are you trying to spend or make a purchase for $250 at Best Buy, Walmart, Target? Are you trying to wire, transfer, or send $2,000, $4,000, $5,000? And by the number coming from this person's actual bank, they're going to believe that is real. So they're going to text back no. And once they do text back no, it's going to go to the OTP bot or the scammer. And this is all part of social engineering to getting that person to send their own money out to this person. So by them getting that text message, their mind is already in a daze. They're already not paying attention to details. Some people do, some people don't. Most times, some people don't. So they actually communicating with this person thinking it's the bank fraud department. So this person is social engineering them to give them their passwords, give them certain information. And it's different tricks that they use. So they might have the scammer, they might have the victim go send their own money out, go to this place and send money and do all that. Sometimes they do it. Sometimes they might authorize the person to give them, trick the person to give them their password and they login information. And then while they getting that information, they're going to try to log in. And then once they got to send that password, it's going to go to the person's real phone. So then they're going to say, could you please tell us what's the OTP, that one-time password? And that person will give it to them. So when they give it to them, now that person is in that person's account. And by all these transactions coming from that account, it's going to seem as if the victim is the one who's sending these payments and doing all these transactions. That's a scam. The banks do not cover scams. They only cover fraudulent activity. When the victim does not have any acknowledgement of sending these payments or didn't authorize these payments to be sent or authorize anybody to be in their account. That's what the banks cover. So that's what the banks are starting to, or scammers are starting to figure out, and the banks are starting to See, the banks will hopes it's a scam, so they ain't got to pay the money back. If the banks ain't got to pay the money back, then they're not gonna go looking for nobody. But also, you got to understand that there's different methods. You got check methods, you got debit card methods, you got credit card and lines of credit methods. You got people who stealing identities and getting major things. There's so much going on in these new methods nowadays. For example, check fraud. Check fraud has elevated in the world. There are places on the dark web that you can go to and buy checks. But what I mean by buy checks, it can be a Target check, a Walmart check, any particular major company in the fraudster will make this check out as if you are an employee at this company by them being able to hack into databases, steal this information, and get these templates, find the paper, make these checks, and they're actually this exact same check as the company. And who they what they're doing is people are saying, okay, I want a 3 months worth of checks, so that's 6 checks, or 2 months worth of checks, so that's 4 checks, or a month worth of checks, that's um 2 checks, or whatever their budget is. And every pay period they go cash that check as if they are a real employee, and they are getting away with it. So people are getting more slicker, more clever when it comes to doing certain type of fraud and certain type of methods. It's a lot of people who have never committed a scam, fraud, or did anything that's hopping into this world trying to get some quick, fast cash because they see so many people flashing hundreds of thousands of dollars for the past 5, 6 years. And they just think it's just free money, that these people are just doing just the easiest thing to get this money. No. You got credit card, debit card fraud. You got people who are still using skimmers, getting these card details, cloning the cards. You got people on the dark web that's doing the exact same thing with the checks, getting into these bank databases, getting the templates for the cards, making real life bank cards, and sending them out. So instead of the white cards that they used to have, it's now real life bank cards. You would never tell the difference between a real or a fake one. It's just a fake one. You got different numbers and just different. They blank basically. So these scammers and fraudsters is getting real. They're getting better at their techniques. They're finding more loopholes. And it's all about staying more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on out there. Because if you are not more safe, if you are not more cautious or aware of these things, you could be potentially become a victim. So I tell you guys all the time, get your Norton LifeLock, because Norton LifeLock will monitor all your social media accounts and financial accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on. And it'll monitor your personal information to make sure it's not on the dark web floating around for anybody to get or buy. Get any type of loans, credit cards, lines of credit, apartments, cars, none of that. All right. So Norton LifeLock will keep you safe in your social media accounts and financial accounts. Also, make sure you guys are freezing all three of your credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. If they are froze, nobody can get anything in your name, not even you. So make sure you guys are freezing those if you're not utilizing your credit profiles. And make sure you guys are getting new credit and debit card numbers every so often. We swipe, insert, and use these cards on a daily basis. And every time we do these, the information is stored on a database. And there's always a database leak, compromise, or hack. So to stay 10 steps ahead, every so often, you know you can use your card in so many different random places. Just order a new card, get a new card with new information on there. So that wherever that card has been used at, the information will no longer be valid. And if it was a compromise or a leak or a hack, you would be safe. All right. So make sure you guys are staying more safe, staying more cautious, being more aware of what's going on out here in this real crazy world that we live in. And just keep your eyes open and be more aware, and don't be so gullible and green, because anything can happen to anybody. So shout out to all my real King Hussle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me keep going. Y'all motivate me keep dropping the sauce. And y'all motivate me keep you entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke, because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime one-on-one limited gems are $1,000, but for limited time only. I'm doing it for 600. Yeah, 600. Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on your Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know your payment ready, and we will go from there. All right. No screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Make sure y'all booking your seat on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, $250. Make sure y'all booking your seat on the month-long mentorship. 30 days to get help with anything that you need help with. Make sure y'all booking y'all seat on the crypto tour in-person limited gems. Make sure y'all check out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato app. Me and their network still looking for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell on my social media platforms, my IGs, my Twitches, my TikToks, my Snapchats, all that. Make sure y'all check out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives. Make sure y'all getting in where y'all fit in with these load ups, $100 and up. Send them screenshots when you payment ready, Cash App, Bitcoin, and we can go from there. No screenshot, no reply, no 21 questions, and don't yell me. And with that being said, it's your boy King Hussle. Y'all know how to get down in these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.